Hey folks, Will Brink here from www.brinkzone.com. You are wondering, why am I staring at 2 glasses of water? Well, we're going to do a couple of creatine comparisons today. One thing that people, as simple as it is, don't seem to understand, and hey there, it's me. Anyway, one thing that people don't seem to understand, as simple as it may sound, is creatine that is not dissolved is basically unused creatine. That basically goes through you and or causes stomach problems. So one drawback to creatine monohydrate, and we're only talking about creatine monohydrate at the moment, is that it's not very soluble. And so you want to fully dissolve it into your liquid. Now I just used an arbitrary amount of water here, but you can see they're the same. Now this is your basic tap water temperature. I just poured it from the tap, and this is hot tap water. And I'm going to take standard creatine monohydrate, about a 5-gram dose, and I'm going to mix them in, and you're going to see, and we're going to time them, and we're going to see what the difference is between the time that they are actually mixed. A lot of people just dump into a protein drink and don't realize, and a cold protein drink, and don't realize that most of it is probably not fully dissolved into the liquid before they drink it. So here we go. I'm going to take my little, okay, I'm going to take a nice flat scooper of creatine. It's about a 5-gram dose. Goes into the, okay, now we're going to take it and we're going to put it flat. We're going to put it into the warm water. Okay, let's hit the timer. Start. There we go. We got us the timer. I'm going to take my teaspoon and give it a mix. So now you'll notice that one's falling right to the bottom there. You know, it's all usual creatine monohydrate. It's all kind of chunky. Now for the warm water. Now you will notice, and you should be noticing already, that the warm water is dissolving a lot quicker. Let's give that another stir. Let's give that another stir. And again, standard tap water temperature, warm water tap, just from a tap. Okay, now we are at, as you may be able to see, hopefully, let's see, 45 seconds. And you can see the stuff in the tap water is still clumping up on the bottom. Give it another stir. You know, and this is your standard creatine monohydrate. Obviously, you can see the warm water. The warm water is clearly dissolving this a lot faster. So let's see now. Sorry. Okay, so we're at a minute 23. Okay. Now you can see this stuff just sits right at the bottom. It is not dissolving, and I don't know how much is sitting down there, but I don't know. My guess would be at least 3/4 of it is not even dissolved. All right, let's give the warm one another little thing. Let's give the cold one. Okay. All right. Obviously, the warm water is dissolving the creatine much faster than the cold water. And studies with creatine, especially old studies, original studies, they were put into hot tea because it dissolves so much quicker. And I can tell you, again, a very simple trick with creatine is that creatine that is not dissolved is not absorbed. It basically goes through you, and is also more likely to cause stomach problems. And so dumping it into a cold protein drink, not always the best idea. And we're at minute 2+. And basically most of the warm creatine is almost all gone. There's a little bit at the bottom, and you can see the cold creatine is now literally, I don't know, if any of it's dissolved, it's probably maybe we're at half. I couldn't tell you, but as you can see, it's quite a big clump down there. Okay. You can see, look at that's the bottom of the cold one, and that's the bottom of the warm one. You know, much smaller clump down there. And like I said, a little bit left on the warm one. Obviously, you'd get it fully dissolved in the warm one. Not too much longer. I mean, that's dissolved enough certainly to drink. This, not so much. Okay, so that's 3 minutes of effort. And that's why, if you read around, some people go, I've never heard of that. But if you actually read around a little bit, you will see the people who know creatine make it very clear that it needs to be fully dissolved before you drink it to get the most benefits out of it. A lot of people have stomach problems or say, I don't get anything from creatine. Sometimes it's as simple as that, and that actually will cure the problem. Okay, so that's test number 1. If you want to find out more about creatine, head on over to the Brink Zone. That's www.brinkzone.com. I've got a free ebook report on creatine. Free download, covers types, brands, loading, doses, health benefits, you name it. So check that out, and I'll see you on the Brink Zone.